I want to share the story with you today. I find myself close to Jesus. I find myself walking with Him. Walking with Him so close that He brings me into His inner circle. And I find myself seeing all the miraculous things that He's doing. I'm seeing Him healing the lame and the crippled. I see a woman that has an issue of blood come in, and she presses in behind Him, and then He asks us, "Who touched me?" For I felt virtue, and I see her made whole. I see Him as we're walking outside of Jericho, and there's a man that's beside of the road, and he's crying out, "Thou Son of David, have mercy upon me." And me and my fellow peers, we try to shun him away, but he keeps crying out because we didn't want him to really disturb the Master, but he continues to cry out, "Thou Son of David, have mercy upon me." And the Master goes and He heals him. He takes up the clay, He spits in it, rubs it in his eyes, tells him to go wash in the water, and when he does, he's healed and he can see. I've been so close to Him, and I'm seeing all these things take place, and all these things conspire. I'm seeing all of these miracles, signs, and wonders that He's doing. But then He leads us away to the Garden of Gethsemane. He wants to go and pray, and He goes and prays, and He calls out for me and two more of my peers to go with Him. And He wants us to pray with Him, but all we can do is sleep. And He comes and says, "Could you not watch 1 hour with me while I pray? Could you not watch 1 hour?" And our selfish selves should be praying with Him, but we find ourselves asleep. So then the soldiers come and they lead Him away as someone we thought was a friend named Judas has turned Him in and betrayed us. And He's led away, and so John runs, James runs. Here I am lurking in the shadows following Him as they lead Him away. Trying not to be seen by the soldiers, trying not to be seen by anyone else, but still watching Him, seeing what they're going to do. And I come to the place where they're holding Him, putting Him on trial. And someone speaks to me out of the crowd and says, "Are you not one of His disciples?" And immediately, out of being scared and frightened, I say, "No, I know not the man." Just a few minutes later, I try to slide over into another part of the crowd, and someone else, "Did I not see you with this Nazarene? Did I not see you with this Galilean? Did I not see you with this man?" And immediately I cry out again, "No, I do not know what you're talking about. I do not know the man." A few minutes pass by, and then a third time, "You were one of His disciples. You were one of this man's followers." And I say, "No, I know not the man." And immediately, as soon as I say that the third time, a rooster crows. And it's there in that moment that I realize that I had denied Him 3 times. And it's at that point that I realized that just before we went to pray, that while we were eating, as I began to tell Him, "Lord, I will go with you unto death. I will go with you, whatever it means necessary. I will follow you even unto death." And He says, "You're going to deny me, Peter, 3 times. Before the rooster crows, you're going to deny me 3 times." And immediately I become sorrowful as I feel the conviction upon me that I've denied Him. That when people sing me out, I denied Him, knowing that I followed Him, knowing that I professed to be a Christian, but I denied Him. And so I begin to think about how we are today. Is a lot of people will profess Him with their mouth, but their heart is far from God. That when seen in public, or they get around their old friends, or they get around people that they hang out with that don't do the church thing, that they deny Him. And He said, "Anybody that would deny me in front of man, I will deny in front of the angels, in front of my Father." It's important to always honor Him and never deny Him.